While the three Jedi Masters, Egan Kolar, Saesee Tiin, and Kit Fisto, were all well-rounded, highly esteemed masters and duelists, it could be off-putting to see how easily they were killed by Palpatine. Now, I could easily say that Palpatine was just that strong, but let's dive into it a little more than that. I'll first briefly enter the Revenge of the Sith novelization, which described Palpatine's speed as blazing fast, just like purple and red orbs of light moving about. These three Jedi who were killed so easily were trained mostly with the idea that they would have to defend themselves from blasters, as the Sith hadn't been around for over 1,000 years. We should also take note on the three Jedi's skills that made them good fighters, while covering Palpatine's and Mace Windu's at the end briefly, since he lasted the longest. Egan Kolar was an expert swordsman and duelist, and due to his Zabrak heritage just like Darth Maul's, he was well versed in hand-to-hand combat, as well as his endurance was enhanced beyond most Jedi. However, he lacked much foresight of the future and his overall connection with the Force was nothing to boast. Saesee Tiin was also very skilled in lightsaber combat. He was an Iktochi alien. He had the ability of telepathy, which attuned his force powers and enhanced his potential in combat, furthering his ability of precognition compared to other species of Jedi, which is one reason why he was one of the Jedi Order's finest star pilots. The always smiling Kit Fisto. He was capable of creating and manipulating water currents through use of the Force for both offensive and defensive purposes. Fisto was also skilled in the use of Force speed, which baffled even Obi-Wan Kenobi's experienced gaze. This was one reason why he lasted marginally longer in the duel than the others. And as for Palpatine's fighting style, well, he mastered all 7 forms. This, and accompanied with the fact that his force powers were by far way beyond the other Jedi he was fighting. The second and real reason that they lost, which I'd like to expand on now, is remember Palpatine's scream in the beginning? That fear-striking howl as he spun into the Jedi Masters? That's actually a power in the comics called Force Scream. Essentially what it is meant to do, it's meant to break the will of the opponent. Not only disorient them, but strike intense fear into them and sever their ties with the Force. The Jedi didn't expect the old Chancellor to even be a Sith Lord, and when he was, they saw their first one ever. As he hurled himself like a cyclone of evil at them, they froze and didn't know how to counter it. Also, Palpatine was a master of concealment and stealth. He could hide his future movements from the Jedi, who were so used to be able to sense those around them. This is why we see him pause here, as he draws back and then silences them to death.